This is the 18th Business Conclave and Awards 2025, and we are at the Mangaluru edition. And joining me today for this set of podcasts, I have with me Dr. Harsha, the Registrar for Nitte University. I think Nitte University is gleaming with pride, like it always does. It has been proving how excellent the institution is. And today, you receive an award for excellence in education and nation building. That's a very prestigious one, I feel. Now, sir, you've been a part of the growth, the journey, the transformation of Nitte University. You've seen it very closely. What would you want to say about your leadership philosophy and how it influences the journey, the growth of the university, the Nitte Group?
First of all, it's a wonderful feeling to be receiving this award on behalf of my university. We at Nitte have been working hard towards putting our students in the center of everything that we do. So my role as a registrar is primarily in making sure that our policies are implemented the way they are intended to be, to make sure that the governance is smooth and transparent, and also to make sure that we understand the pulse of the organization. And an important part of my role is to also give feedback about this to my leadership and to make sure that what we do is in alignment with our long-term strategic goals. So given this context, I have always personally believed in clarity of purpose, clarity in what we do and what we say is important in leadership. Yes. Secondly, I value transparency because it builds trust. Whenever possible, we wish to explain what we are doing, why we are doing it, and what it means to everybody who's going to be affected by that. This is another way of building long-term relationships in organization. And given my background in academics and research, I value the importance of evidence-based decision making, and therefore I tend to depend upon data. I tend to look at the overall context in planning as well as executing whatever we want to do. Fortunately for me, in the organization I work in, the Chancellor, Sri Vinay Hegde, our Pro-Chancellors, Dr. Shantaram Shetty and Mr. Vishal Hegde, our Vice-Chancellor, Dr. M.S. Muditaya, they bring a very strong visionary leadership right at the top. So they are very strategic in their thinking. They come with a lot of transformative leadership experience. And I like to believe that my style of functioning complements that. Especially in the last few years, Nitte University has evolved very rapidly. We've had to adapt in many ways to how things have changed. For example, if you look at the national education policy, that has been a trigger for us to become more multidisciplinary, to bring in more flexibility in our programs, to make sure that we put students at the center of everything that we do. And these kind of changes are not easy to drive.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And I think that my office plays a very important role in taking these big ideas, taking these big strategic decisions from the top and making sure that they're implemented in a workable manner on the ground. So I think that is where I see my office's role between the top leadership and actual implementation of these programs.
All the plans that we laid by all.
Exactly. So I don't think it's really about how my leadership philosophy influences the way the university functions. Rather, it is about how the collective leadership works and how we all together give life to the vision that we have together. And my job is to make sure that it works on the ground. That's the way I say it.
Perfect. Today you win an award, but I don't think that's something new for the university, because as far as we have observed, we have seen Nitte University has always been ranked nationally and globally, featured among the best institutions across. What do you feel is the driving force behind the steady rise of reputation, always being on the top, always winning award? There's a ranking that is always associated with Nitte University. What's the force behind this?
Yeah, Anurag, these rankings and accreditations, they often make big headlines.
Yeah.
And it's often made to be a big thing.
That
it
boosts
is.
The institutions, yeah.
Of course
it
it is.
On a higher level.
Of course it is. However, we at the university, what we've always felt is that we need to focus on the fundamentals of education.
Okay.
So if the fundamentals of education are taken care of, we look at these rankings and recognitions and accreditations as a natural outcome of that.
Yes.
We don't look at these as a goal in itself, but we take the opportunity to use these as driving forces to put in place the processes that would allow us to improve our quality and work towards excellence. So I think that is how we have generally looked at rankings and accreditations. Of course, like you mentioned, Nitte University has been consistently been ranked in the top 100 in NIRF.
Yes, we see it everywhere,
this year,
not just nationally,
yes.
we see it globally.
Yes, so this year we were 80th in NIRF. Many of our constituent colleges, be it the dental school, the pharmacy school, the engineering schools, they have always maintained a high level of ranking in the national rankings. And internationally too, we are our standings in the Times Higher Education global rankings has improved over the couple of years. We have been recognized by QS as well as the Times Higher Education in their World University rankings. In terms of accreditations, we have a A+ accreditation by NAC. All our technical programs are accredited by the NBA. Even our hospital, our medical laboratories have all been recognized by the relevant national accreditation agencies. So this is something that we are proud of. But again, coming back to what I was saying, we think this is basically an outcome of the focus on fundamentals. And one thing that I think, if I have to identify one thing as a driving force, our focus on student success.
Okay.
Our continuous thinking that we need to reassess and reinvent as to what we think student success is.
Okay.
And what we need to put in place to bring about the student success.
So
I think that has been a
continuous learning process,
yes.
and then the implementation of the
Yes.
learnings.
So student success years ago, when maybe you were a student and I was a student, it often used to mean basically examination results.
Yes.
So the focus then, even until a few years ago, used to be on the working within a curriculum.
Get the best results possible. The
Yes.
score shows.
Train the students
Yes.
for the examinations so that they fly out with, come up with flying colors in examinations. But that obviously changed. The emphasis shifts towards what students do after graduation.
Okay.
It shifted toward the world, the world of working. So in terms of how skills need to be developed, how employability needs to be improved,
Getting them ready for that environment that
how
welcomes
soft
them
skills
later.
are as important as technical skills,
Okay.
how internships are important. So naturally the university, including us, we have made a movement towards that. So our learning opportunities are now industry oriented. They are more aligned towards making our graduates employable. So what we recognize now is that there is a changing trend again.
Okay.
The definition of student success is becoming broader now.
Yeah.
Given the rapid pace of scientific advance, given the rapid pace of technological
Technology
advancement,
advancements.
I think it's really futile to even try to train a student for a specific role for a lifetime. Things are changing in a couple of years now.
Yes.
So I think the emphasis now in education is going to be, how do we make our students lifelong learners? How do we empower them to solve problems in their own,
Yeah. Real life problems.
to adapt
Yes.
to whatever new technology comes up when they are working or when they are building their own companies. So how do we do that?
Yeah.
That is not going to happen through a traditional classroom or
The
laboratory
classroom
based
teaching
teaching.
wouldn't
That
let
may
them
not-
experience that.
Yes. Even internships in today's companies may not be fully adequate. So we think research is coming back to center stage now.
Okay.
Because when we focus on research, when students and teachers make an effort to create opportunities for a research-oriented thinking, when the emphasis is on innovation, when the emphasis is on understanding not only current problems but anticipating future problems, and
as well.
think about solutions for them, that is when our students will really flourish in their futures. So that is how we are shifting towards making our
approach,
programs, weaving research into our programs, even at undergraduate level. So, I know at one stage research was meant for doctoral students.
Yes.
But it's not so. They want students at all stages to benefit from this innovation and research. So in this way, we have been constantly adapting and innovating, and we look at whatever recognitions we are achieving as an outcome of this.
Yeah, the outcome,
And
yes.
I think with this kind of ability to adapt, we should be able to go forward.
Definitely, sir. That's the way it has gone. The journey
Yes.
has been always upward and rising for Nitte University. And now you explained the spirit behind that is, of course, the terms led by the leaders and how you execute it, put it forward, making sure that the students that are a part of the university also excel in all ways possible, in all the areas that they
We
could
think
be
take care of the
exposed to.
fundamentals, everything else follows.
Yes. Nitte University is a university that focuses on diversified subjects. Like from, you have students studying journalism, Nitte is also focusing on health, it's also focusing on management. So how do you know, rigorously keep up with various disciplines of choices that you have? How do you keep up with this?
You're absolutely right. We've had a very exciting time in the last few years. Almost all our institutions of the Nitte group have now become consolidated under the one umbrella of Nitte University. And now, like you rightly said, we offer programs across multiple
Yes.
disciplines, like you said, from health to management and everything in between. So, today we are offering nearly 160 programs
160 programs.
across
Okay.
15 different academic disciplines
Okay.
through 20 constituent colleges, which are located in 3 different campuses. So that is the kind of, the extent,
Extent of the
both in terms
yes.
of the breadth and also in terms of the variety of programs that we offer. And this, of course, comes with its own challenges.
Of course.
As a university who have built up a reputation, as a university who deeply cares about quality, we want to make sure that the same academic standards of our flagship programs are also applicable and also upheld by our newest programs.
Newest programs as well.
By the smallest of our programs.
Okay.
In terms of
The
student
emphasis
strength.
on everything is same.
Yes.
Yes.
So how do we do that? I keep saying this. It's all in the fundamentals. Collegiate education, academic university education is all about processes.
Okay.
It's all about academic autonomy with accountability.
Accountability. Yes.
Teachers, researchers are fiercely independent. They are the experts in their field.
Yes.
They know that.
They know that.
And therefore they want to do things the way they think is right.
Yeah. So they're teaching it. So I do it my way.
Yes. We take advantage of that.
Okay.
We take advantage of the expertise, but at the same time, we put in place processes which brings in a moderation and which brings in an element of, we make sure that people listen to each other and
Yeah.
arrive at a
Which is
consensus.
very important.
Yes. So we have a boards of studies, which the primary bodies in which curricula are designed and with curricula are, discussed and developed. And these boards of studies, we ensure that they are, we not only have academics, professors there, but we also have representatives from the industry.
Okay.
We have representatives from the alumni who
Okay.
know about our colleges and how the college was and where the colleges want to go. We also include current students.
Oh.
So by making sure that we have these different voices, we make sure that what we teach in our classes today are relevant for the industry, because our industry captains of the board give us inputs about that.
Exactly.
We also make sure that our students have a say, however small it is, a say in what they think are their
Okay.
needs, what they think are their aspirations. Therefore, our curricula emerge from this kind of a thinking with people sitting across the table from different backgrounds. Our academic councils also replicate this.
Okay.
The academic council is a superior body which actually ultimately takes academic decisions. So here we have not only representatives from that particular discipline, but from across the 15
Across
disciplines.
the
So
industry.
what this brings to the table is that there are unique features about every discipline, about every industry, and there are ideas and best practices which may be applicable to other sectors.
Sectors as well.
So when we have representatives from these various disciplines sitting together, listening to the proposals of
collaboration
curricula,
brings in a
there
lot
are
of-
ideas
yeah.
exchange. There is cross-pollination of these ideas, and therefore our programs actually benefit. For example, how training happens for a medical student in
Okay.
the skills lab, there may be lessons for that, lessons for an engineering program from that.
From that. Okay.
From that. So that's how we've been able to.
Looking at it at a wide perspective is
Yes.
what university.
So that's one way, the structure in place.
Okay.
We also, for example, we have introduced this a couple of years ago, what we call as an industry immersion program for our faculty members.
Okay. What is this?
So, teachers often, after a few years of teaching, there's a bit of a disconnect between what is happening in the industry bit of a disconnect from what is happening in the real world.
Most
we have to
vital
accept
part
that.
to be noticed.
We have to accept
yes.
that.
Yes.
So what we are doing is we are encouraging our teachers. We are supporting them.
Okay.
We are telling them, look, you take a break.
Okay.
We will take care of your
Well, this is the support the university provides to
care.
teachers.
We'll take care of your whatever your needs are. If you
Wonderful.
want you to take a break, spend 3 months or 6 months, whatever time, in a workplace, in a real world industry, work there.
Work there,
and
yeah.
come back with that work experience. When you come back with that work experience, you can put new life into your classes. You can
Perfect.
bring current trends back into the classes. So we are glad that even a regulatory agency like ACT actually just a few months ago brought about a similar policy, introduced a similar policy for colleges across India. So we were kind of thinking a little ahead, and we've been doing this for more than a year now, and that's one thing that we are trying to do. Of course, we have a staff development center, which very systematically identifies training needs for our teachers. So kind of train the teachers, train the trainers. So our teachers are required to put in a certain number of hours every year to train themselves, to update themselves, and make sure that they are current and contemporary in what they do in their classrooms and labs.
Yeah, that's a nice approach. Yeah.
Yes, and what we also do is bring all this together in terms of bringing in industry relevance into our curricula. And bring in research focus into our curricula by also having researchers in our boards,
Experts,
etc.
research, everything put
Yes.
together. Okay.
So this is how we are making sure that irrespective of what the discipline is, we are maintaining rigor and we are maintaining industry orientation. And when you look at programs like medicine, dentistry, etc., the great thing is the industry is embedded within the campus itself.
Yes.
We have hospital within the campus
Within the
itself.
campus, yes.
So our students are already all the time in the
Yeah,
workplace.
they're updated every time they look.
In the workplace.
Yes.
So we have made sure our curricula are such that right from a very early stage of their learning, from their first year itself, they have opportunities to work in the hospitals.
Okay.
So for them, the industry is already
They have it right
Within the
there
campus,
within the
yes.
campus. Right?
Yes.
So I think that's one more thing that adds up to the success
yes.
of the.
So this is how we are.
Yes. Now, since you've been talking about healthcare and the community impact, we have all seen it. Justice K.S. Hegde Hospital has been commendably doing well. Now, with all of this, sir, the next question that I have for you is, how does the university integrate community service and also medical outreach into the educational mission that you have?
Anurag, it's interesting to note that a very core part of our mission is twofold:
Okay.
education and healthcare.
Healthcare.
Our foundational fathers, our founder, his vision was that these two aspects, good quality education and accessible and affordable healthcare, these can be the two major drivers for social transformation. And it's very true.
Yes.
So we have taken that very seriously. And even before our group started a medical college or a dental college, even years before that, our group actually established healthcare centers, primary healthcare centers in
yes,
rural areas of coastal Karnataka.
Yeah, the ones
several
where
of them.
it's the healthcare system isn't approachable. You've
Yes,
gone there.
Yes, a very simple idea.
Yeah, to the
Take
rural
healthcare
areas.
to
Go
the communities, to their doorsteps, where access is a problem, overcome that issue by providing healthcare in the communities itself. So this healthcare extension predates our education institutions related to health professions. And today we have had a remarkable growth. Today we have 22 rural healthcare centers across 3 districts. We have 2 community hospitals with specialty healthcare, and of course our flagship teaching hospital in Mangalore. What this does is it has created a network and it has brought down the barriers for healthcare access, not just in the immediate vicinity of our teaching hospital, but across a much larger community. We are providing either free or heavily subsidized healthcare to thousands of families each year through this network. And what we have done is we have integrated this very closely with our educational system. So what happens is our students, whether they are learning medicine or dentistry or nursing or physiotherapy or any of the allied health sciences, they spend a substantial time not only in their classrooms, not only in this super specialty hospital in the campus, but also in these healthcare centers
in the rural
out
areas.
in the peripheries. Yes. And we have built this into our curricula. So it's part of their curriculum. They need to spend time in these health centers. So what this does is, this gives them a unique opportunity to actually see the challenges of healthcare delivery in the communities, to interact with real people, not within sanitized hospital settings, but in the rough
rural settings,
and
the rough
chaotic,
setups,
rough and chaotic real world settings. And that helps them to really kind of make sense of the problems, to understand what the challenges are, and also to come up with solutions.
Better ideas, better solutions.
Better ideas and solutions. So because of this, we really see a change happening in the students. This kind of an exposure, strengthens their empathy. It inculcates social concern. And what we think is, what we are actually seeing is that it makes them realize that the professions of healthcare are not just about skills. It is not just about technology. At the core lies the sense of service and a sense of compassion. I think that is a very invaluable thing that we are able to provide to our students.
That's what the university promotes and follows all throughout.
That's a very invaluable thing which we are able to provide to our students, which would not have been possible if not for this large healthcare network that we have built even before we set up our colleges. So that is something that we are proud of, and that is very close to us, close to our hearts, because we think that the attributes of social empathy, the attributes of integrity and compassion are very core attributes that our graduates should have when they graduate, along with the technical skills and along with the other skills that they need.
The next aspect that stands out is research and innovation. So we've seen Nitte has made notable progress in terms of patents that you have, the interdisciplinary projects that you have, the publications. All of this speaks a lot about research and innovation. So can you share how the university is fostering this whole culture of innovation, among the faculty and the students? How does this happen at Nitte universities?
Yeah, that's a very kind of a current and timely kind of a area to talk about, because how India is making rapid strides in the global stage in terms of research and development.
Technology, innovation.
This is one area with India was possibly lagging a little over the decades, but we are definitely making.
Thanks to the institutions as well that.
Yes, and we are proud to be. We are proud to be part of that.
I think that's why today Nitte University also wins an award for nation building.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we are proud to be part of that national growth and that emerging story. Now, universities, we in particular, we really think that universities are the kind of fertile grounds where new ideas take root.
Okay.
These are the places where fresh ideas and innovations have to emerge from.
Correct.
And they've traditionally done so. Now, research is not just about the outcomes like papers and publications. What we are emphasizing on is that research is truly a kind of a requirement for true student success too. We were talking. I'm circling back to student success as a fundamental, aspect of the enterprise of education, and we need to realize that for student success, an important missing link has been the emphasis on research, and we need to bring that back into the puzzle in a sense. Why is research important? One, because teachers who are engaged in research are definitely better teachers. When they bring to the classrooms what they have personally been involved in ideating and developing, clearly the learning is going to be richer for their students.
They have a better understanding of the subject that they are posing.
Yes. Number two, students who are exposed to the discipline of research, students who learn to ask questions that are important for real life problems.
Yes.
Students who learn to gather evidence to test these ideas, and students who encounter failures and learn to overcome them, they are going to be far more successful in their future careers. They are going to be far more successful in building their own companies.
Yes.
They are going to be much more resilient when it comes to coming up with problem solving, when it comes to critical thinking, etc. So we think research is really not just about papers and publications. It's actually at the core of building better education systems. So what we have been doing about, there are the different things that we do. We of course, we provide support to our teachers. We have a strong research support policy. So it may be in the form of providing small research grants for starting off research projects. It is in providing access to research databases. It is in providing, helping both financially as well as technically for writing papers, for publishing papers, for filing patents. All these are not easy things for teachers to do along with all the other responsibilities. So we are creating an ecosystem where they feel that they have support regarding all this. Beyond that, we have set up centers of excellence in partnership with industries.
What are these centers of excellence?
You see, industries are the places where real problems get identified.
Yes.
Because they are driven by the need to succeed. They are accountable to their shareholders.
Yes.
And so they are really motivated to find new problems to existing problems or for new problems. Therefore, when we work with them, they can talk about their problems with our students and our teachers, and we can help them. We can help them in maybe developing a new solution for them. And so it's a win-win for both industry and the academicians. So we are setting up some small centers, some big centers, on some of them physically on campus, some of them virtually, and these are paying rich dividends. It's not just about centers of excellence for innovations. We are also putting up mechanisms in place for converting research into real world impact. For example, we have a Atal Incubation Center where research ideas can become successful businesses. We incubate small businesses, startups. We provide them space, we provide them expertise, we provide them facilities, etc. There is a gap between the research lab and the business. That is where the research has to be translated into a usable technology. So we have a technology enabling center, again funded by the Government of India. So they talk to researchers and they help them convert them into a workable application, a workable technology. And then the technology gets taken up by a startup and converted into a business opportunity. So we are putting in place an entire pipeline for academic research to translate into impactful real-world businesses and startups. One recent example is a Center of Excellence for Aquamarine Innovations. They are a coastal city. So we have a lot of opportunities and a lot of interest in using the resources of the sea in terms of biological resources, in terms of energy resources, in terms of sustainable resources. So we have a Center for Aquamarine Innovation funded by the Government of Karnataka, which again links up all these three phases of
aspects together
of a business development. So these are ways in which we are supporting research and innovation. And when these things are in place, naturally, students become more inquisitive, they become more curious.
They build interest.
And there is an avenue for converting their curiosity into real learning and real problem solving. And at the end of the day, I think that will drive our education outcomes to a higher stage, and that ultimately is the purpose of research.
What is happening and what we are seeing right now. Towards the excellent global partnerships that you have. In today's world, every university wants to have a global partnership because that's a hallmark of progress, is what everybody believes in, and that truly is a hallmark of progress for universities. Now, Nitte University is building a very beautiful partnerships across the globe. How do you manage to do that? And with that, how do you provide global exposure opportunities, for students of the university?
Globalization has been quite a long-term trend now. There's nothing new, and of course, in India, this concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam was always there. So it's nothing really kind of new to us. The idea that the entire world works together, lives together, and flourishes together is nothing new for us. And at Nitte University, we have taken these opportunities and grabbed those opportunities. There are different ways in which we have approached this. One of the things that we have been successful at from quite some time is building one-to-one relationships between researchers at Nitte
Yes.
and researchers across the world.
Across the world.
So we've had very good research partnerships with universities in Europe, in Belgium, in France, in the UK, in the US, in Australia. So these kind of relationships were really the kind of building blocks of later developments and expansion of relationships into other areas.
Okay.
In more recent years, we've had some success in also building relationships where there has been student exchange programs. So we have students from our university visiting universities in France, in Belgium, in the US. We've had students visiting from Sweden, from France, and from
other
US,
parts of the world as well.
from
They come
Japan,
here.
etc.,
Yes.
to India, and India, especially a very culturally rich place like Mangalore, is a very attractive destination for international students.
Okay.
Because a place like Mangalore, we have very good education institutions.
Of course.
We also have a very flourishing, locally grown business environment. It may be in banking, it may be in hospitality industry, it may be in the marketing of culture itself, and we are in terms of culture and heritage, we are very rich.
Yeah,
There are some
colourful, rich, very
there are
vibrant.
Some very unique kind of cultural
Yes.
traditions like the Yakshagana, the Bhutakola,
Bhutakola,
the
the
Kambala,
tiger dance,
the
Kambala.
tiger dance, etc. So international students really, who come here, they find it a very fulfilling and a very interesting experience because they learn,
And
they get to
the
apply
experience
that.
the city has to offer also is diverse and great.
Yes. What we've seen is that especially health sciences students, because of our network of rural health centers, they really get to see how healthcare works in a very different culture,
Okay.
how it faces very different set of challenges compared to what it is in Sweden or what it is in, say, Philadelphia, and they go back very enriched. The third thing that we are doing now is we are looking at global partnerships for training our graduates for global opportunities and also placing them globally.
Yeah, placement is another important aspect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about one specific initiative that we have found to be quite useful for our students here. Almost about 5-6 years ago, Prime Minister Abe of Japan and Prime Minister Modi actually had an agreement. Japan has this unique problem of aging demography.
Okay.
They simply don't have enough qualified, technically qualified people to work in their industries, a large industrial base in Japan. But they have this challenge because aging population,
Yes.
youngsters are
Yes.
few. So they're looking to the world and Asia in particular for providing that kind of a quality
Yes, the
human
quality
resources.
that they look for.
So we at Nitte, we thought that's a good opportunity for us, for our students. So in fact, we created a special office for looking at opportunities in Japan and related Indo-Pacific areas.
Oh,
And it's been a very successful thing.
okay.
We have tied up with nearly 60 Japanese industries,
60. Yeah.
nearly 20 universities and higher education institutions in Japan. So you're working in kind of a tripartite arrangements.
Yes.
We have tie-ups with academia in Japan where we understand what the training needs are. We have collaborations with Japanese industry captains who visit Nitte on a regular basis. Some of the Japanese companies have established centers of excellence in our Nitte campuses where they train our students in their final 2 semesters, and they have ready-made engineers and business graduates to go and work in their companies in Japan. We have introduced Japanese language classes for our students, and it's a very popular course. A lot of students actually gain reasonable proficiency in Japan so that they can make the transition when they go and work in Japan.
Work there in Japan.
Let me give you a statistic. In the last 1 year, 100 graduates of Nitte immediately on graduation have moved into Japan and for employment.
So that's the outcome of the effort that you
Yes.
have. The
So this is an
collaboration
example
that
for a very focused initiative, which is now yielding real rich dividends. And we want to replicate this in other scenarios too. And that is how our global partnerships have evolved over time.
Yeah.
And we are also now offering twinning programs and dual degree programs with Penn State University in the US, with Wollongong University in Australia. So these are opportunities that are emerging, and we are working towards making the best of them.
So with that, I feel the road ahead it's already planned. There is a system, there is everything put into the pipeline. The whole sustainable ecosystem that you have is what is driving Nitte towards all of these achievements. And over the years, of course, with or without the award, we've seen Nitte flourishing, giving out the best, and it stands as one of the most prime institutions of the city. Not just the city, now globally, everywhere there are collaborations as well. Once again, congratulating you, sir. I hope that in the future you keep winning more awards like this, and the whole responsibility of being an institution that supports nation building. I think through that we have a better and a beautiful India for Nitte has to offer.
Thank you, Anurag. Recognitions are always important.
Yes.
Welcome, because it's a
the journey
recognition for
of-
the entire university community. It's a recognition for the sector of education itself in India.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, we are very proud of what we are doing, and we are very glad and proud to be part of the nation building exercise and to be a part of the Mangalore growth story too.
Story as well. Thank you once again. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.